Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the JMC and JMO Parents Information Session. Before we dive into the details, let's see what we'll be covering as part of today's presentation. We're going to start with a brief introduction to the JMC and JMO, that is Junior Maths Challenge and Junior Maths Olympiad. We'll talk a little bit about our prep program for 2025, that is the next year's JMC and JMO. We'll share our 23 and 24 results with you. I'll talk a little bit about my profile and what makes me suitable to lead this class. Finally, we have got a trial course prepared for you, which will give you a flavor of exactly how our course is structured. Yeah. So let's start with a brief introduction to the JMC and JMO. Finally, we'll end up with some question and answers. So in case as we go along the presentation, anything comes to mind, I would advise please jot it down. And towards the end of the session, we'll have some time where we can look at some question and answers. Yeah. So let's start with a brief introduction to the JMC and JMO. So what is the Junior Mathematical Challenge? Now, this is an annual challenge which is conducted by a body called the United Kingdom Mathematics Trust, or UKMT. This is set up as a charity, and it organizes a number of competitions like the JMC for students of varying age from around 9-10 years to all the way up till 18. Yeah. The Junior Mathematical Challenge in particular, it encourages mathematical reasoning, precision of thought, mathematical rigor, and fluency in using basic mathematical techniques. So that is what makes the JMC what it is. JMC and in particular JMO are some of the hardest exams, students of this age will come across. And doing well in this is a matter of great prestige, not only for the family, but also for the school. That is why a lot of secondary schools choose to participate in this. You will find the top grammar schools, the top private schools, and the top comprehensives all participating in the UKMT sponsored challenges like JMC and others as well. Yeah. Students who do well in the JMC are also invited to participate in the subsequent rounds, which are also called Junior Kangaroo and the Junior Mathematical Olympiad. So we'll be discussing a little bit about these in details in a couple of slides as well. This is the website of UKMT, so ukmt.org.uk. In case you want to find any more information about the challenges, you can go on this website and it has a lot of good information. So we'll be covering a lot of information as part of this presentation as well. But if you want anything extra, please refer to this website. It does have some amazing resources. Now let's talk why Junior Mathematical Challenge. So why students should participate in this. Now there are a number of benefits to participating in this challenge. So this instigates problem-solving skills, critical thinking. It develops the students' mathematical skills, and it brings precision into their work. So a lot of the questions from JMC and in particular JMO, they require a lot of critical thinking and a lot of precision of accuracy of doing your working out. So it's a very tough competition, but it does have a lot of benefits in terms of developing your skills. In terms of the benefits students get, so there are a number of certificates they can obtain: bronze, silver, gold. And if they go to the Olympiad round, they also have some medals which they can win. So all of this is very prestigious, but it does require a lot of hard work. So we'll be covering what makes success in the JMC and JMO possible in one of the slides as well. But it is a very beneficial proposition. And let's look at what our past students have said. So this is a quote from one of our past students. Let's have a look at this one in particular. So doing the JMC really helped me get better at maths. The lessons and practice problems made me understand more. I used to be scared of maths, but now I'm more confident. So this is precisely the reason we encourage students to participate in this contest. This will increase the students' confidence in mathematics. A lot of our students are in the top set in their various schools. And, we are talking about the top grammars, comprehensives, and private schools. So being part of this contest has a lot of implication in terms of doing well in maths and developing a general confidence in your mathematical ability. Yeah. Now let's look at the rewards for JMC, how they are calculated. So this year in 2024, around 3,000 schools participated in the contest, and over 300,000 students participated in it. Now, you need to remember that although most of these are going to be UK based, this is an international competition, and schools and students from outside the UK also tend to participate. So, but a majority of these students and the schools participating are going to be UK based. So most secondary schools in the UK, most good secondary schools in the UK, and some primary schools do participate in the Junior Maths Challenge. In terms of the reward thresholds, so when we have 300,000 students participating, let's see what the rewards were. So top 10%, that is the top 30,000 students, would have received a gold certificate in the JMC. The next 10%, that is another 30%, would have received a silver certificate. And another 30% on top, that is 90,000 students, would have received a bronze certificate. So 50% of the students do end up receiving a certificate, and rest of the students end up getting a certificate of participation. Yeah. If you do really well in the JMC, then the top 10,000 students are invited to participate in the Junior Kangaroo, which is a subsequent round to the JMC. And if you do really, really well and you end up in the top 1,200, you are invited to the Junior Mathematical Olympiad. So this is possibly the hardest competition for students at this age. And if you do really well in the JMC, that kind of opens the door for you to participate in the Junior Mathematical Olympiad. Yeah. Now, what this means in terms of numbers, let's have a look at this pie chart. So if this pie chart donates the whole universe of students who are sitting the JMC, now again, this is not all the students. This is possibly the cream of the students. So all the best ranked schools, they participate, and a lot of them actually select the students with the best ability to participate as well. So this is the universe of really intelligent students, and only 3.3% of this universe is invited to the Junior Kangaroo round, and a minuscule 0.4% is invited to the Junior Mathematical Olympiad. So what this means in numbers is, if you had 1,000 students, then only 4 would be invited to participate in the Olympiad. Yeah. So it's a very tough call to just be invited to the Olympiad. And if you look at the scores, the maximum score possible in the JMC is 135. And this year, to qualify for the Olympiad, you needed a score of 123. So you actually need a lot of perfection, and then only you can achieve this particular feat. But at the same time, participating and being selected for the Olympiad is a big achievement. And, that's why we are all here, to see if, our children can, get that award as well. Now let's talk about a little bit about the fundamentals of the challenge. So this challenge is open to all students who are in year 8 and below in England. Primarily, this is targeted at students in year 7 and 8, but some primary schools do allow students to compete at a primary school level as well. Now, in terms of registration for the challenge, currently only schools are allowed to register for it. So in case your school doesn't participate, there is no way to participate in the challenge. Yeah. So in case you're not sure, talk to your maths teacher and they would know if your school participates in the challenge. Like I mentioned, some primary schools do allow students to participate in this. Again, if you want your primary school to participate, talk to the teacher and see if they're open to getting you in. It's not a very costly thing. I think it just costs like £12 for a pack of 10 entries. So it's not the cost that's the factor, but obviously schools do have to provide the resources and conduct the exam. So that is why your school might be a bit hesitant, but do check with the school. Next year, the JMC is going to happen on the 1st of May. So let me see if somebody. So so I'll take up the questions at the end. Yeah. So JMC is going to happen in the 1st of May, 2025. That's the date which has been set. Now let's talk about the JMO, that is the Junior Mathematical Olympiad, in a little more detail. I know we have touched upon this at various points already, but let's have a slide dedicated to this. Now, this is possibly the most coveted accolade for students who are in year 8 and below in the UK. Less than 0.7% of the students who start with the JMC achieve a medal in the JMO. So the highest honor you can achieve in the JMO is to get a medal, but a very, very small percentage of students actually achieve that accolade. So like I mentioned, the top 1,200 students from the JMC are invited to sit for the JMO. And in terms of awards, there are two kinds of awards. One is the certificate. So the top 25% of the students are awarded a certificate of distinction, and then 40% are awarded a certificate of merit. Everyone else gets a certificate of qualification. Yeah. Now the medals are awarded based on part B of the exam, which is the written section. So in this part, you are provided with around 6 tough puzzles. You need to solve them, write the answer, but you also need to explain your working out. So it's a very different ball game, when you have to not only do the answer, but also show your working. So it's very tough in that sense. Uh, Top 40 students nationally are awarded a gold medal. Ranks 41 to 100 are awarded a silver medal, and ranks 101 to 200 are awarded a bronze medal. So we are talking about all country rank here. And this year, one of our students achieved a silver medal. So this is obviously a big achievement, and what it means in terms of numbers, we'll cover in the next slide. So let's talk about what is required for success in the Junior Mathematical Olympiad and the Junior Mathematical Challenge. A lot of hard work is required. Absolute clarity on mathematical fundamentals is required. And you need to have a pure passion for mathematics. This is even more true for the Olympiad. So in Junior Maths Challenge, if you work really hard, you can do well because a lot of the questions are, methodological. And if you do all those questions, you will do really well in the JMC. But particularly for the Olympiad, a lot of the problems are really out of the box. So you need to be way beyond your current level of expected mathematics and actually have a passion for mathematics to do, to get one of those elusive methods. Now, how we help students excel in this exam is we have a lot of custom theory lessons prepared and practice problems which our team has developed internally, and we give students access to that. We do a lot of past papers. We have our own developed mock exams, which we take students through, and we have interactive lessons. So the way our lessons are scheduled is we have small batches comprising of 4 to 6 students, and all students are required to participate. So I personally take all of the lessons myself. All students need to participate, and I will ask students to solve various questions on the screen. So you can't just cruise through the lessons and through the course. You actually need to participate. Let me talk a little bit about my personal profile. I have around 15 years of experience in education. A lot of it has been acting as admission consultants to students, helping them get into the globally best business schools. I started my coaching for 11 plus and JMC JMO back in 2020. So it's been about 4 years I've been in this market. I have a double MBA from Indian Institute of Management, Lucknow, and Oxford University. I have a legacy of doing very well in the MCQ-based exams, for example, CAT and GMAT. And through this process, I have developed a lot of tools and techniques, which I share with my students. And hopefully, they can do equally well in their exams. Coming to our results from 23-24, in 23, we had 12 students. All of them did brilliantly. More than 90% of my students got a gold certificate in the GMC. In 24, we had 19 students, so 50% more students. And that meant a lot more selections in the junior kangaroo and a lot more gold certificates. One of our students, like I mentioned in a couple of slides before, won the silver medal in the Junior Olympiad, placing himself in the top 8% of the participants who qualified for the JMO, and in the top 0.03% of all students who took the JMC in 2024. So it's a big achievement, and it's been brought by a lot of hard work and by access to quality resources. Now, let's talk a little bit about our prep program for next year. So our batches are going to start in October 2024. We already had 2 batches which started in July. The next set of batches is going to start early October. The key features of our program are we have small batches consisting of 4 to 6 students each. We do weekly classes. So weekly there will be an hour-long lesson. Each student gets personal attention. In the class, I ask students to participate and solve questions with me. So it's a very interactive process. Like I said, you get access to custom material, which my team has developed internally. Again, mock exams, which we have internally developed. You will get access to a lot of past papers. And we do a doubt session every Saturday. So whenever we do a past paper, students generally have a lot of doubts and the questions which they could not understand. So we set an hour aside on a Saturday to go through these. In case you can't attend on a Saturday, we will give you a share of the recording. So you'll be able to go through the session recording. Yeah. The program cost is £100 a month. So this includes everything, the live classes, doubt sessions, all material, mock exams, everything. Yeah. Sessions are going to start in October early, and they will continue till May when the exam happens. Then we'll have a break for a month. And then we again start coaching for a month in June when the JMO is going to happen. So in case you get selected to the subsequent round of Olympiad or Kangaroo, then you get another month of coaching. Now we have 3 proposed batch times. So we are thinking of starting a batch Tuesday, 6 to 7 p.m., Friday, 5 to 6 p.m., or Sunday, 9 to 10 a.m. So these are the 3 proposed batch times. In case we get enough students between 4 and 6, we will start those batches. In case none of these is comfortable to you, do let me know. We'll be starting more batches in January. Then, maybe we can find something which suits you then. But like I said, the number of seats is limited. We'll only have 4 to 6 students in each batch. In case one of these suits you, please let me know at the earliest and I'll book you in. Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about the trial program which we have set up for you. So we have set up a small sample course so you can get a sense of how we conduct our classes and how the system works. As part of this sample, you will have the access to first class, actually a recording of the first class. You'll be able to view it, and that will hopefully give you a sense of how the sessions are conducted. You will have access to a JMC past paper, and we will encourage you and we will invite you to solve this paper with us. Now, this paper is available from the UKMT website, but you will have access to it on our portal as well. We'll have a live doubt session. So in case you go through the paper and there are some questions which give you trouble, you can come to the live doubt session on Saturday and we'll have a look at those questions together. Hopefully this makes sense, guys. So you will get an email on Monday, which will give you details on how to join the trial program. And after that, if you can let me know the soonest, if any of the trial times is comfortable for you, and then, we can book you in. You will get a copy of this recording as well as this presentation on Monday. So you don't need to write down anything. You will have access to everything. And, you will have my WhatsApp number as well in case there are any follow-on questions. So our expectations from students is participation in the program is a must. So all the homework needs to be completed, although we don't follow it up, every week. But we would like students to commit to the program, do all the homework, do all the past papers, and actively participate in the lessons as well. Yeah. So I'm going to leave you with the student comments so that you can go through it in detail. And now is the time for any Q&A. So in case you have any questions, please put it in the chat and we will tackle them one at a time. Yeah. Okay, we have some questions which are already there. Which challenge is happening in November 24? So in November, there is a challenge called Primary Maths Challenge, which happens. So this is not conducted by the UKMT, but it's conducted by another organization. So Primary Maths Challenge is the junior version of a Junior Maths Challenge. So it's the primary version, let's say. So Primary Maths Challenge is targeted at students in primary school. Junior Maths Challenge is targeted at students in year 7, 8. And if you go to year 9 and above, then you have the Intermediate Maths Challenge. and then you have the main maths challenge. So that is the way it's divided. So the one that's happening in November is most likely the primary maths challenge. Yeah. Okay, somebody's saying, are the classes online or offline? So all our classes happen online through Zoom. So you will have an account on our portal. So everything you will find there. You will find the PPT from the slides there. You will find each session's recording after the session on the platform. All the homework will be given on the platform as well. And all the quizzes, mock exams you will take on the platform as well. So you will have access to one platform, which will kind of consolidate everything for you. Again, somebody is asking, are the classes in person or virtual? The classes are virtual. So we'll be connecting through Zoom. They will be live classes. And that's the way we operate. Yeah. Somebody is asking, how different is the JMC from 11 plus? Now, I think JMC is quite different from 11 plus. If your child has already studied for the 11 plus, that's a very good platform to start with, because what 11 plus does is it consolidates your basic understanding of various mathematical concepts. Yeah. Now, JMC and JMO in particular, you can view it like puzzles. So, there is a lot of puzzles element to it. So you need to do out of box thinking. So yes, you need core mathematical concepts there, but you also need to have a lot of puzzle solving and precision, which is required for JMC, but which is not required for JMO. That is the reason we say that if a student's in year 5, you should not prepare for JMC at this stage. If you are looking to give the 11 plus, focus on 11 plus, there will be a lot of opportunities to prepare for the JMC. You can give the JMC in year 6 if the school agrees, and definitely in year 7 and 8 in case your school participates in it. Yeah. So don't mix up the two. I would recommend that. Somebody saying, for PMC, do we need to contact the school? Again, PMC, like JMC, you need to contact your school if they will participate in that. Unfortunately, not all schools participate in PMC. I believe the rate of participation in JMC is more, but PMC, not all schools participate in. When my daughter was in primary, I really begged my school to participate in PMC, but they wouldn't do it. So, I mean, it's hit or miss. Just talk to your math teacher and they would know if your school participates. Yeah. Okay, somebody is saying, my child is in year 6. If the school doesn't participate, what can we do? So the way it's set up, if the school doesn't participate, there's really nothing you can do. For example, I as a tuition center cannot participate in it. Only schools are allowed to participate because they need to actually invigilate the exam as well. Yeah. So in case your school doesn't participate in the primary maths, in the junior maths challenge in year 6, it's quite understandable. What a lot of my students do is they start in year 6, because after the 11 plus, there's this big gap, and this kind of fills it nicely. And this makes you ready that as soon as you get into year 7, you're already ready with the JMC. And a lot of students do well that way. So you can start preparation in year 6, even if your school doesn't participate, you can start preparing for year 7. Yeah. Somebody is saying year 6 students are eligible for JMC. Yes, so anyone under year 8 year 8 or under is eligible for JMC. Now, primarily it's targeted at year 7 and 8. So it's not primarily targeted at year 6 students. But if your primary school agrees, then you can participate in it. Yeah. Does JMC performance have any impact on university applications? So JMC, JMO doesn't really have any impact on university applications directly, but indirectly, students who participate in this contest and who do really well in this contest, they are typically in the top set in maths in their schools. Yeah. So that means they do really well in GCSEs because they have a good peer group and they are working hard in maths. So it does have indirect benefits, but obviously the universities will not consider that you have got a medal in JMO. So you don't get any additional points for that. Yeah. But it does make a big difference to the level of confidence in mathematics which students have. So it is highly recommended contest. Somebody is asking, how is the JMO different from JMC? Now, there's a big format difference between the JMO and JMC. So for example, JMO is a 2-hour paper where JMC is a 1-hour paper. JMO is open-ended answers. So you don't have MCQ format. You need to actually write down the answers. And in section B, you actually need to explain your workings as well. So that adds a very different dimension to, the level of challenge. So yeah, it's a very challenging contest, but it's quite worthwhile. And, students really enjoy it, those who get to participate. So guys, we are at the end of the session almost. Any more questions, please put it in the chat. We'll try to address it. Otherwise, we'll close the session and you will get a recording and the presentation on Monday. Yeah. Somebody is asking, how do we join the program? In case you want to join the program, then on Monday, you will get an email with a link to the trial program. I would recommend go through it. Once you're confident that you want your child to participate, the times will be mentioned in the email as well. Let me actually open up that slide if possible. So these are the times we are proposing for the new classes, which are starting in October first week. So we have Tuesdays 6 to 7 p.m., Fridays 5 to 6 p.m., and Sundays 9 to 10 a.m. And like I said, there is only 4 to 6 students in each batch. We are looking to start 2. So if any or multiple of these batches, suit you, please let me know by email and, we can book you in for that class. Let me also share my email address and WhatsApp number. So this is my email and this is my WhatsApp. The sooner you can confirm to me that you want your child to participate in the classes, the sooner I can book them in. Yeah. Any more questions, please let me know. Okay, guys, I think that was it for the queries. In case you have any queries, you can WhatsApp me or contact me by email at any time. Yeah. Thanks everyone for attending. I look forward to talking to you soon. Thank you. Bye.
Thanks, Sumit.
Thanks.